I'm Andrea, and this is Unpinkable. And I cannot wait to share with you how you do this entire look with only 4 eyeshadows that are included in this bundle, plus our Red Apple Lipstick eyeliner and our Lash Project mascara. If you have time to watch the whole video, I've got 3, possibly even 4, super duper secrets to share with you about how to make your eyes look bigger and more open, and how to make your lips look plump and sexy. So if you have time to stick around, awesome. If you don't, let me give you a quick rundown. This is a color called Innocence. I have used it on the inside corner of my eye and up to the brow bone. This is a color called Too Cute. I've used it all across my eyelids. This is a color called Graphite Glam, and I have used that in my crease. And this is a color called Brownie Points, which I use to fill in my eyebrows and to line underneath my eye. So I hope you are able to stick around for the whole tutorial, but if you don't, then enjoy the rest of our videos and enjoy the sale. Thanks so much. Okay, so obviously I've already done one side of my face. That's so that I didn't have to bore you doing both sides. Where we're gonna start is our Prime Time Eye Primer. I'm just gonna get a little teensy bit on my finger and just cover my entire eyelid very lightly. And this is gonna basically take out any of the purple veins that I can see, and it's gonna allow whatever eyeshadow that I put on top to really pop. So I usually go all the way up to the brow bone, and then sometimes I even just do what's left over here on the bottom underneath my lashes. Then next, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. Obviously, you can see the difference. I'm going to take an angled eyeliner brush into Brownie Points. It's a lighter brown color and it matches my eyebrows very well. I'm always gonna start in the sparsest place on my eyebrows and slightly fill in just a little bit. Start with a little bit of eyeshadow first and then build up. Obviously, you don't wanna go too crazy at first. And then I'm going to come into the center. The center rarely needs a whole lot of work, so that's why I like to start on the outside, kind of drawing that arch. And I prefer to use eyeshadow instead of an eye pencil because I feel like I can get a more natural look rather than having to actually use strokes from a pencil. So once I'm done with that, smooth them out, make sure they're as even as they can be. Remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins, so don't be too concerned if they're not exactly even. Nobody's are. So the next thing I'm gonna do is take a oval wet dry brush, ours. I'm gonna dip that into Innocence, which is a light white color, and I'm gonna come right into the inner corner of my eye, and I'm gonna make like a rainbow motion up into my brow bone. And what this is gonna do is it's going to let light reflect off that inner eye and up at the top, and it's just going to make my eyes look even brighter. And then I'll take whatever's left and just come right underneath my bottom lashes and draw up like a line, an imaginary line coming from there. And that's gonna be my guide when we get to our crease colors to show me what I should not go beyond, which will make my eyes kind of droop a little bit. So then next I'm gonna take another wet dry oval brush, and I'm going to dip that into a light pink color called Too Cute, which I love. This color is awesome. It's just a little bit of a pink. It's gonna still let my blue eyes shine, so people that have hazel or blue or green eyes, it's always awesome to not use a color that's going to really compete with your eye color and use something that's gonna just be complementary and let that eye color kind of shine through. Brown eyed girls, y'all can get away with pretty much anything, so lucky guns. I'm basically going all over my eyelid. I'm coming into the point where I had Innocence, which was right here. I'm going up to the brow bone, but not over Innocence, and I'm coming down into that section that I drew over. So just kind of filling in the whole thing, right? Then I am going to take my third wet dry eyeshadow brush, which I love, and I'm going to go into a color called Graphite Glam. I'm going to start with just a little bit at first. I'm going to knock off any extra so I don't get fallout of this darker color. And I'm going to lightly tap into my crease. And I'm going to come all the way over till about right there. And then I'm just going to start filling in kind of in circular motions into this outer third of my eye. And if you wanted to do more of a daytime look with these 4 eyeshadows, just don't come into the third like I'm doing here. Just stay in the crease and you'll be good to go. This just kind of adds a little bit more dimension, and I really love how it looks. I would wear this in the daytime, but I'm a little crazy. So once you've got that kind of filled in, you want to make sure, like I've kind of done, see how I've brought that dark kind of down past this natural up angle? What I want to do is just use my finger and just kind of smudge away whatever I've done there. Anytime you go past this imaginary line right here, anytime you go past that with any dark, it's naturally going to draw your eye downward. And if that's what you're going for, cool. But normally we're all going for up and out, up and out. And so keeping it above that imaginary line really helps draw the eye up instead of outward. So we're going to come back to this, make sure it's even afterwards. But next what I'm going to do is line my eyes with our Red Apple Lipstick Black Eyeliner. I like to start here in the center and work my way outward. I don't like to start on the inner corner because I feel like anything that's on this end should be very, very thin as to not shut your eye. It should go from a very thin line to a thicker line at the outside. So by starting here, I can kind of dictate how thick I want that line on the outside. So I'm gonna go almost to the edge of my eye, but I'm not gonna close it in at the very end. This is an awesome trick for anybody whose eyes naturally droop downward like mine do. Some people have natural cat eyes that go up. Mine kind of either sit still or go down like this. Also, for anyone who has hooded eyelids, this is a great little trick. If you go all the way to the end, it's going to draw the eye down. If you stop just short of the edges and kind of draw up just a little bit, then it naturally draws your eye upward. And obviously that's what we want to do. So I'm not actually drawing a cat eye here. I'm not like doing any fancy lines. I'm just literally like kind of drawing it upward just a little bit. So then I'm gonna go back to that angled eyeliner brush that I used to do my eyebrows. And I'm gonna go back into that same color called Brownie Points, and I'm just going to smudge out this line just a little bit. I'm gonna go over it just a little bit to make sure that it's not such a harsh eyeliner. I just basically wanna make the bottom of my eyelashes appear thicker, which is usually the point of eyeliner. Sometimes you want it to be bold and dramatic, but in this case, all I'm trying to do is just make the bottoms of my eyelashes look thicker, which is going to make my entire eye look bigger. All right, so let's see if we're even, and we are, which is excellent news. I'm gonna use just a little bit more of that Brownie Points, and I'm gonna bring it underneath my eye, like so. And I just realized I forgot to do that on the other side, so I'm gonna do that on the other side. I always like to use just a smidgen. You don't need to use a lot, just a little bit to kind of make it appear like a shadow. So when you have just a little bit down there, it makes it look like your eyelashes are so long that when the sun hits you, you're creating a shadow down beneath your bottom lashes, right? So a harsh line is not really going to accomplish that, but a little, just a smidgen of some eyeshadow will, which is awesome. So next, I'm going to apply my favorite thing in the whole entire world, which is the Lash Project mascara. You could literally just get away with this and some Rally Balm and you'd be good to go. So I'm going to do this in a mirror. I like using hand mirrors, ladies. I can't do any makeup in like a far away mirror, so sorry about the mirror. But I wanna show you how I do my mascara, and that is I look down into, I hold everything like this, and then I look down into the mirror, which allows me to wiggle and do a lot of this up and down wiggle work on each little section of my eyelashes without getting mascara on my eyelids. And trust me, if you have any issues getting mascara on your eyelids, this solution will solve it. It is awesome. So I really want you to pay attention to the fact that I'm wiggling all the way at the bottom and all the way up. And I take my time getting to the edges. I know this might seem obvious to some people who have learned this trick before, but I'm telling you, I cannot tell you how many times I have seen women at trade shows put on mascara like this. And then they're like, well, why don't my eyelashes look like yours or thicker or whatever? And I'm telling you, this wiggle trick is the key. It builds up the volume at the base and all the way up. And because our mascara is just a little bit of a drier formula than most commercial mascaras that come out all kind of goopy and, well, just wet, ours is drier. And so the trick to getting it off of the brush is to wiggle it off. And I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna use the end of the brush here at the edges, which really helps separate them and make them long and luscious at the edges. I'm gonna go back over one more time just to make sure. A lot of times they like crowd up on me. They like to be buddies, so I have to separate them a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to use the same amount of mascara that's left on the brush. I'm not going to re-dip, and I'm going to look down. Well, I'm going to look up, I guess, technically. My head is down, my eyes are up, and I'm just going to do a little bit of the bottom lashes here. There we go. And I think we look pretty even. Now, I have one eye that droops further than the other, so obviously you can't fix that, right? But next what I'm gonna do is apply our newest lipstick in Unpinkable. And I just love this lipstick. I think it's gorgeous, and I think you could totally wear it daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter. All right, so this is one coat here, and I am just going to use my lip brush. Oh, didn't mean to close it yet. I'm just gonna use my lip brush to get just a tad off of the tip there, and then I'm going to fill in the rest of my lips. Using a lip brush is so awesome because you are totally able to create a beautiful, flawless line all the way around your lips. So many times when we apply lipstick straight from the tube is not always as pointy as it was when you first got it, right? So eventually it starts to kind of soften a little bit and the tip is not as bold, and you can't get into those beautiful creases and points and curves that you naturally have. And so using a lip brush, I'm telling you, if you just go to the edge of your lip everywhere, you will just notice that all of a sudden your lips look plumper and bigger than they were when you just applied straight from the tube, but yet it's still your lips. You haven't done anything fake. You haven't gone outside the lines. You've just found your natural lip line. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy Unpinkable and these new 4 eyeshadows, because I know I do. So have a fabulous summer and enjoy the sale. Thanks for watching.